The first time I tried patches was in August. I got my 2 month supply. It was X39, but on top of that, while we were in Turkey for 10 days, Patrick gave me for a try an Alavida. So 10 days of Alavida. Well, like everyone here, I heard basic things about patches, that they give you energy, that they give you pain healing and skin and hair and all of that. So I was expecting some kind of this effect, but nothing really happened within this 10 days. But what happened was that, well, my story is a little bit intimate. I should warn you. um, but in 10 days, all of a sudden, my period started, which was too early for me because usually my period is within 50, 60 days. But it was actually on time. And my background story is that usually for like a normal cycle, it takes 28 days. Maximum 35 is okay. But my whole life, since my period started like when I was 11 years old, it's always been like 40 days, the best case scenario, 60 days, the worst case scenario. I've been to a bunch of doctors, I've been to a bunch of treatments. Everyone kept telling me that I was even told that I needed surgery, but nothing actually helped. So I was just like, I got used to it. That was my problem for life, and I wasn't even expecting to heal it somehow. It was just the way it is. So when my period started out of a sudden, I was like, okay, something is wrong. What happened? And Patrick told me that this might be patches. I was like, no, that's not possible. Maybe change of time zones, traveling after a long time of being on quarantine. I don't know. But he was like, okay, let's continue using patches and we'll see if it works the second time. And if your period will come in another 28 days, then it's it. So I went back home, I continued with my patches, and it turned out that Patrick was right. My period started right on time, naturally, for the second time of my life, even though I'm 28 already. So that was amazing. I was surprised. And even though I ran out of patches within 2 months, my period kept coming on time for another 5 months. Only one time I had like 3 day delay, but this is nothing comparing to what I had before in my life. So that I
Yeah.
was really surprised.
What I wanted to know was, in a woman's perspective, what's the significance of having an irregular schedule? Like, is there, you know, what's the difficulties that come with that?
Well, first of all, it's a signal that your body is not healthy in terms of like woman health. It means something is wrong, something is working not right. In my case, I was even told that I can have difficulties with pregnancy in the future. And I was even offered to have a surgery when they cut a piece of my egg so I can get pregnant. But even though, like right now, every year I get checked with my gynecologist, like ultrasound and all of that. And even though I'm already used to this problem in my life, every year I get to hear more or less same things, that, oh, your egg is not working properly. This is because of your period. One is bigger than the other one. Anything. Every year I get to hear that I have some kind of problem in this way. And this year I was checked in, I think, November. So after 3 months of using patches. And this is the first time I heard from a doctor that, oh, you're all good, everything's fine. So I guess it's not only that your period came on time, but your inner system started working properly.